This might be the biggest show of the year. The boys were on fire. Nobby has a special race call. And, whoa, enters the dog chat, but something that was underneath his shoes that are worth $100,000 that he threw out. Daisy, what else did we have?
Well, you break an exclusive. This will be the biggest story of the week in the lead up to Scott Pendlebury's record-breaking game. Tommy Sheridan with the biggest news you'll hear all week. Well,
and what's in your algorithm? Daisy talked all thing pandas, and Tommy broke down Essendon's list.
And we also spoke about what's in Walls' Instagram algorithm, and I'll tell you what, it's about the same as mine, so make sure you tune in. This is a big show. Welcome back, everybody. It's Legs 11, boys. It's round 11 AFL preview show coming up. We've got Daisy, Thomas, Mitch, Wallis, Nobby around the corner, and we've got a big show. I thought last week we were red hot early, so no pressure. But, boys, good to see you. Well, fresh off a flight at 6 a.m. from Tasmania. What he's doing?
Yes, down in Launceston, of all places. Beautiful spot down there. Actually, it was really nice weather. She was cold this morning at 4:30 when the alarm went off, but made it here safe. I'm very happy to see you both.
have the good people of Tassie seen a Prada corduroy hat before?
They haven't. I was going to put that in the auction, actually.
Oh.
But, no, it was a good night down at the Country Club, Tasmania.
Oh, yeah. New
I
golf
bet
course
you'll end
there,
up playing there in a minute, Daisy. Shit, it's
How
phenomenal.
much would that kit be?
Well, it's a cashmere sweater, which wouldn't be any less than $500.
It's a cashmere English.
Oliver, man. I got Hugo Boss pants. I got
Yeah,
bed.
you wouldn't get change out of $1,500.
I'll put me
Put the Wallis away.
Pull the
What
Wallis
about last week was very good and we were a little bit loose off the top. Have you tried to tamper with conditions here?
Yeah, there's a few dramas which has never happened here, but we are all going to be high as a kite if we stay here over an hour.
So there's been some construction done in the Roland
next door, I hear. Next door, we
headquarters.
blame the guys next
A
door.
bit of builder's putty.
The heads up was good, though, when we got here.
Similar to sort of fixing a
But we should be
surfboard
red
to
hot.
smell.
We should be red hot.
Yeah, either that or we'll just keel over at some stage. At the minute, I can't feel me
What about
feet.
you, Tommy? You going all right?
Man, I'm going well. I just want to bring up off the top. I reckon I've seen the greatest sports documentary last night. I can't stop promoting it. I'm going to continue to promote it. Jamie Vardy, UK Untold, a 90-minute doco. Watched it last night. Almost got the happy tears, boys. It's the greatest underdog story of all time. I don't want to ruin it. But this is the bloke that come from like just the clouds. He was an absolute knucklehead.
He's part
of a
of Leicester
bloke
City when they had that massive upset.
Yeah,
there.
he's a striker.
Yeah.
And you know what? It'd be like grabbing a bloke from Div 12, Rezzies or whatever they are, and then whacking them in the AFL 5 years later, and they dominate. Like that's the kind of growth we're talking. Anyway,
Where can you watch it?
Netflix.
Netflix is.
Yeah.
Chat shit, get banged. One of his, he's got all these great sayings.
Yeah, chat shit, get banged was one of them. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So chat shit.
Speaking of like that sort of setup, and the mid-season draft's coming up next week, I believe. I reckon as an Aces family, we don't nominate, we joked about that. But if you or anyone out there has somebody who's playing in a lower league that hasn't even been spoken about, send their clips in to us here at the Aces. We'll put it all over our socials and tag a few clubs. Let's see if we can't do a get somebody drafted who's officially our boy.
That's actually a great idea, Dave.
Yeah.
I love that because there's some gems out there.
There's some Jets who wouldn't even be spoken about or wouldn't even be saying, don't care where you're playing.
Johnny Manners of the world. There's heaps of them out there. They just need a little bit of love.
Yeah.
And we talk about the current status of the AFL and Richmond in particular. They're going to need some top-up numbers in a minute.
Yeah.
So, look, there's avenues.
Anything that's grouse, hangers, balks, tackles, whatever your strength. If you're a player who has a clear strength or is doing something different, if you're kicking 10 goals and no one's speaking about you, if you're taking hangers for fun, if you think you should be on an AFL list, and don't take the piss with it. Yeah, I'm no doubt some people
If you
will.
take the piss, make sure you really take the piss.
Maybe do that on behalf of somebody else. But if you know all the people that say, he should have been playing AFL, he's doing this, and you'd never hear of him and you never see him.
We could even do a top 5, top 3 sort of submissions and have a little competition about it.
Yeah.
There's a few things. We've got the points bet post as well. So
We've got a week to get this sorted, so get them going. But we'll be doing the tagging of the clubs for you.
Now, Nobby's around the corner, but what were you going on about the other week? I see that. Do I need to pass you this? Have you got something that's...
I got something,
Actually, you're being disgusted. Are you going to send another warrant out?
No, this is a quick one. Now, I know this is normally for a Monday review show, but the other night, it's peaceful. Kids are in bed. A bit of alone time. I might take the pooch for a little bit of a stroll.
Is that not a metaphor?
What's that?
you've got alone time and you're taking the pooch for a stroll.
Anyway.
No, you're actually taking your dog for a walk.
I'm taking my dog for a walk.
Gotcha.
I've got a little park, could have had open space across the road. And upon my return, all of a sudden, squelch. And in terms of the biggest personal betrayal is people with dogs who do not pick up after their dog.
Oh, don't get me started on dogs.
And-
I can't stand them.
Oh, have a look at that.
Walking
They're a
around and have a look at this. And I took a photo, and as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, that was the
Gucci
result.
slide too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Not
it
your
there, the
usual
photo.
No,
footwork.
this is my RM, and seriously, pick up your shit, because I was dealing with that, and I still reckon there's remnants in my nose now, because when you get that smell,
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
get
Where
it
it's
off?
dogs-
Don't you have to put it in the freezer?
Nah, he threw that in the bin.
I
that
threw
up
that
there.
straight in the bin, mate.
The
'cause
RMs,
the RMs,
they're like
it's
1500
time.
pop,
They
those
are.
things.
They're a bit. If you want RMs, they're a great shoe, classical shoe. But seriously, is there a more disappointing outcome?
Airfall promoting RMs with dog shit on them. No, they're a classic shoe. They got poo all over them.
No,
Good shoe. Threw them straight in the bin. Didn't even clean them.
But I'm serious, like that.
I'm serious.
I'm serious because I'm furious at that. Like, you
Mate,
think,
it does-
all I've done, I'm doing a good thing, but seriously, pick up your shit.
I
'cause-
saw a bloke the other day. I was walking down the street and his dog, little muppet of a thing. There was a little ugly, fluffy dog. Like I don't mind dogs, but if you're gonna go get a dog, why would you get a pooch-looking dog? That's the first thing. Second thing, it took a shit on the concrete, and I just stopped and looked at him. I was like, "You're gonna have to pick that up because that's on my local little walk there. Get a coffee in the morning." He bent over, he grabbed his little plastic bag and he smeared it and then picked it up and walked off. And there was all this yellow shit all smeared on the concrete. I went, you dirty bastard.
Well,
He
it's
didn't even
not-
go for the double grab.
You want him to have a karcher and start
I want him to fucking get his spray gun and get rid of all the residue there. It's
little baby wipe
disgusting.
actually just pulled out of the back pocket.
You
But
like
anyway,
kids.
for all you dog owners who don't do that, please pull your fingers out because it's
What's
just not
worse?
good enough.
The dogs that shit on the ground or on the concrete in your streets,
Yeah.
or parking inspectors. What do you hate?
So
What do you hate more?
It's just dogs and shit. To be honest,
Yeah.
I can't stand it because again, it's a decision. It's a decision to not pick it up and take some fucking ownership.
It's
for
also
your
a decision to get that job. Like you literally
Everyone's
walk
got
around.
to pay the bills. It's a
Mate, I got
it's a
stung the
rank-
other day at the shop, so I was a minute over. I saw this bloke, he's red hot, he's taking his job too seriously.
I agree. I don't like getting a parking ticket, but
Let us know in the comments on
Yeah,
YouTube or
parking
Spotify.
tickets suck,
Parking
but
tickets or dog
you
shit
gotta-
and on the
yeah.
back of your RMs.
on the
If you
back,
got the anyway,
underneath, on the side.
that's a good
Oh,
start. Let's get Nobby out, boys.
Where's the
King
knob?
is out. There we go.
Hello, Knobster.
How are you, Nobster?
No, I was going to come in and slap the hands there, but
Look at the new
after
table. We got
after
the new
that dog
table.
shit story, mate, I don't think I want to go anywhere near you, Wal. But geez, what about some of those brands that were just name dropped before? Prada, Hugo Boss. I was just taking notes there. They don't sell them at Cotton On where I shop, but a couple more deals
You
and
do
I might
get
be
your
able
value for money there, though.
Yeah, you do, mate. Yeah, put it in the dryer once.
Where
mate,
is
and
it?
it
Is it casual clothes day today, is it?
Yeah, I'm a bit like Dirty John, mate. I just wear my business attire when my wife's around home, just to make it look like I'm
Dirty knob.
But
Dirty knob.
the boys are on fire this morning, and dare I say, a rest in peace to Bowie Atkins, Rory Atkins' dog, who you
yeah.
you're
Oh,
speaking
what
of the
about-
dogs too.
What about that?
That is one of the great clips.
Oh my god. His dog did stink though. Like it was made it was an ugly.
So
but
you
there's the
decided.
timing.
So you brought it up.
Well, I've taken a few dogs down lately. I said I wouldn't talk about any more dogs, so I'll talk about the shit now, apparently. But yeah, man, I've taken his dog down and
He took it pretty well, right?
yeah, it's one of the worst
What was the
timing.
follow up? Did you check this?
Oh, I just said, mate, I'm sorry about that. It's just unfortunate.
Sorry about that.
Really good mates with Rat. I reckon if that wasn't a really close mate, I reckon I would have curled into a ball and
Jeez.
maybe walked out of the studio.
Yeah.
But he took it like a champion, Rat. So good on you. Yeah, so
Nah.
rest in peace. Maybe a couple of
Smackos.
smack. I don't think Bo can go wacko for smacko.
Oh, you can still go and put them. You put them on the grave. Like
Oh,
people take flowers to
yeah.
graves.
Show respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Come
cool.
on,
Bit of respect, Tommy.
No, we'll certainly dedicate today's call to Bowie and all those.
Take us away.
I really like last week, boys. We've gone with the theme again.
Oh,
So we're not going with the round. We're going with a theme. Haven't heard what you got. Here we go, Knob.
Ready to rock and roll. All loaded in for the 400 Club Classic. Time-honoured staying race of the AFL greats. Jumped evenly, the champs, 6 of the greatest to ever play the game. Oh, hang on. There's an extra one that's coming late. It's David Mundy saying I played 376 and 280 of them were travelling interstate with idiots like Train Sheridan. Not a bad call, David, but not today, mate. Hungry Bartlett got caught out wide early, but Blind turned through a couple to get back to the rail and said I would have played 500 on good tracks like this every week and still wouldn't have had to handball in traffic. Michael Tuck travelled nicely, one out, one back, and can't see a single drop of sweat on his brow and can't imagine a podcast race call would have stirred up the nerves after 7 premiership flags in 426 starts. Then it was Boomer Harvey with a stride frequency of wings taking bounces mid-race. This bloke's still playing for keeps out of Trentham in country Victoria. Don't expect him to pack up easily. Fletcher would have preferred to be spoiling one into row 15 of the G. Never one to be too interested in track work for good reason when you've got 400 games to your name and a B&F in the best premiership season we've ever seen. Tells you everything you need to know about this great. At the tail of the field, stalking them was Burgoyne, who didn't eat silks on his jockey. He said, I am the silk, you idiots. Look at him licking his lips for a contest, especially at the death knock of the race. Then it was the man of the hour, Scott Pendlebury. He's only trailing them because he's had to change the gold silks 12 times throughout the race to auction off later at the owner's bar. They turn for home. Look at the field of AFL immortals bunch up. Oh, there's another intruder who's jumped the fence. It's Carlton's Craig Badley. He said, I've got it you all covered, you Victorian pricks, if you count my SA NFL games. Sorry, Braddles, this race call only has 3 SA listeners a week, so let it go, mate. But it's an epic here at headquarters. Tuck hit the lead and refuses to let it go. We've seen this before. Fletcher has the gadget arms out trying to reach the winner's post and Hungry Bartlett got caught up arguing with someone in the crowd for sacking him as a Tigers coach in the 80s. But here he comes. Like Shataka in the 2017 TJ Smith. He's like a thief in the night. Look at Scotty Pendlebury. He took all comers and got there with all the time in the world to break the track record. Gold silks and all wearing his 15 Anzac Day medals for a laugh. And meanwhile, Boomer Harvey's there shadow boxing screaming, if it wasn't for Brad Scott, I would have played 600 this week. Wowee. But a champion becomes a legend, as they say. Good luck in a big one this week, Pendles. Bang.
Bang.
Very good.
So great concept. Tommy came up with that concept midweek. We're scratching our heads, but what a great tribute to 6 of the greats with a couple there that probably could have easily nibbled into the
don't you
400
dare
club.
give me any flowers. That is all you. That's outstanding.
Yeah,
A race call of legends.
Trip down memory lane.
KB saying that he would have played 500 games or 1,000 games if he got a $1 a year.
If he got $1 million, and he would have used the Mosh hair tablets like most of the players these days too, wouldn't he? With the donut that he used to run around with. But
and Boomer Harvey too.
Boomer.
If he had the same philosophy Brad Scott in the one that Craig McRae brought in for Pendles, said, I'm here to help you play for as long as you want.
I'm not joking. I think Boomer would be
still playing
in Essendon's 18. I'm being dead serious. I'm not even lying.
He's still playing, isn't he?
Yeah,
I would put Boomer in their side.
Mate, he kicked 37 goals in his last season.
I know Brad Scott made him wrap it up early, but he could literally play in Brad Scott's team right now. And I'm being dead serious.
He's a monster now, isn't he?
He could play forward pocket and be crafty.
He can play halfback flank and
does he still have his speed down at the local?
He does.
He snapped his leg off though, which is tough.
I mean, yeah.
The couple of last year or the year before, he had one of those like Nathan Brown double compound. Yeah.
And he's still back playing now.
Yeah. He won a flag last year at Trentham, their first one for 30 odd years.
He's such a good
I don't know how much speed you'd need down there. Yeah, heavy 10s you're playing him most weeks.
He'd be getting 50 touches a week though, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. And loves every one of them too. Like he's one, he goes there to have that.
He'll probably send in his clip, does he? Mid-season draft.
I'll just put the case forward.
Yeah.
Well, it's good timing, boys. It's good timing because on the theme of dog shit and all this stuff pissing us off, I've got something I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
You know, there's all these journos out there, like what is a journo? Like what's their role? Well,
a journalist.
Yeah.
To
cover the news?
Yeah.
With integrity.
Yep.
To actually have an idea of what's going on. They're meant to do their research. Honestly, call me Tommy Schefter. I'm the newest journo on the block, boys.
Shifter?
And yeah, whatever you want to call me.
Scotty Scheffler? He's good at golf.
Well, Adam Schefter's an NFL reporter. I thought I'd mix it up with my first name.
No, good guess.
But it's professionally insulting, some of the shit I'm seeing online. Right. They got no idea. Morris is reporting Pendles is going to auction off 12 jerseys. You got the Corn out there saying this is the most, what was his quote? He goes, the disrespect to the Eagles. It's the disrespect to Pendles. We're talking about the bloke that's played the most games in the AFL. I've got his stats down. 6-time All-Australian, 433 games, 2 flags, 5 Copelands. I mean, the list goes on. And all they're going to talk about is the disrespect to playing West Coast. I mean, to be honest, it's disrespectful. They should have picked Richmond because they could have smacked them by more, just if you want to go down that path. And all these reports out of Tommy Morris saying he's going to auction off 12 jerseys. Well, guess what, Tommy? That's not actually the case. Blokes like me and Toby ate that up on Monday. But it just pisses me off. We've got a superstar.
How many is he auctioning?
There's one. There's going to be one jersey. I've got a clip here. I've done me research because I'm a journalist and that's what I do. I've got integrity. Tommy Scheffler. And the reason it really annoyed me is because all the reports coming out, he's going to get 100% profits and all that. It's actually 70% of profits because 30% goes to the AFL. And guess what he got for his Anzac Day jersey that no one speaks about? 65% profits. So it's the exact same thing. But all of a sudden, the week that he's going to break the record, they've all picked up and had a bit of an argument. It makes me sick.
Are you sure on these numbers are correct?
Well, Daisy, let's let the great man tell us, and then we'll come back.
Tommy Morris.
T-Train, Pendles here, mate. To your question, there will be one jumper that I have to with the AFL SE products as per the arrangement with those guys. The club gets 4 that they can put in archives, museum, whatever they want to do with it. And then I get what's left, which will be going to family, mum and dad, 1 each for my kids, 1 to both my brothers, and then that's it. So none of mine will be found elsewhere.
That's well done from you to get to the bottom of that. This arguably makes it more intriguing because if there's 12 of them for sale, you go, all right, well, the lowest bid on one will be 20,000. This now, I think, is more intriguing because the value 1 of 1 should and could be north of 6 noughts on the back of whatever number comes first. Yeah. If you're a tragic with an absolute shit ton of cash,
which there are a few,
and there are plenty, and you also want to say, hey, Pendles, thanks for all your services to this great club.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, this will be picked up everywhere because this story has gotten bigger, Tommy.
Wow, this is important. And that's what Tommy Schefter does. He breaks the biggest stories. And he shoots it 100%. I mean, Caro, she's like James Harden in Eastern Conference Finals Game 1. She puts up 8 3-pointers. Of course she's going to fucking land one of them. All right? The train just goes bang and hits him every time. So Caro, Tommy Morris, Corn, you're a disgrace to the fucking media. Shouldn't say that. You're a disgrace. And you need to start taking your job a bit more seriously. Otherwise, young up-and-comers like myself will take over. Anyway, that'll be...
So do you agree?
But on a serious note, there's the main message of this is there's one jersey.
One for sale.
And we need to promote the fact there's only one out there so that, if you know a rich bloke that's bidding,
I don't think we need
a few
to promote
squeezes like myself. That's what I'm saying. We want to jack the price up. I want 250K plus.
250K? If he doesn't make a mill out of this, I'll nearly eat me hat.
Well, we had a discussion on TFG with Jezza 2 weeks ago, and I said 238,000.
It's also actually 1 of 1 Dom Dollar Live Golf hat.
That is a cracker.
So if you want to buy this, I'll take 100%. I'll get it with a signed Pendles jumper. Starting bid at 400 million.
But seriously, this jersey, if you think about, I don't think anyone will ever break this record.
No.
He's the ultimate professional. He's got to be the face of the AF. Like what he's done. You know him better than him. You got drafted with him.
Which is hard to believe he's still playing and I'm talking shit with you blokes.
And he's breaking records still. Like a couple of weeks ago, he's breaking records.
Well, a couple of things. He didn't get best player in the final series 2010. Only the good players got that. And how many Copelands has he won? 5. He hasn't got 5 down low medals for footy trip either. So arguably the credentials stack up. But speaking of his professionalism, I've told this story a couple of times. When you have your mid-season break, we had a fair few, obviously, scallywags at the Pies and Mick Wildhouse got out the front on the Tuesday before we had the Wednesday through Sunday off. He's like, right, boys, we're going to address this now. You're a chance and you think you might be having a decent crack at some point. You might fuck up. Put your hand up now because we need to address this. We need to look after each other, figure it out. So usual suspects, Shaw, Didak, Johnson, Swan go up.
Thomas.
Hand goes loosely up and we're scanning around and Pendles has got his hand up. They go to Heaters first. He's like, oh, look, I've got a 21st on Friday. I'm going to rip in. Yeah, be careful. Pendles, sorry, what have you got? He goes, just concerned that I might overdo it with my training coach. 100% true, hand on heart.
What year was this? That's amazing.
2008, 9.
Oh, so
that is exactly why this jersey should be $1 million. And that's the point of this. This jersey is going to be, as I said, a 1 of 1. There's all these reports which pissed me off that we brought up. because these guys in the media, they actually have information, but they decide to turn a blind eye to it to create a narrative in a week that should be a celebration. And it is the biggest celebration. I hated Collingwood growing up, but I love Pendlebury.
Do we need
that
to
just
call
sums
like
it up.
a Mitch Cleary and tell him that like this is the update?
I think we sent him the clip, Daisy. I think
this will blow
Like
up.
this is,
But this is important because it actually annoys me that we throw out this stuff like there's 12 jerseys when Pendles is only going to have one, and that it's important that everyone knows that you need to bid for that one.
Mitch a call.
So give Mitch a call and let him know. Actually, ask him.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, good buddy. Hey, you're live on our podcast, Ausmerican
boys.
Just got a. You said g'day, boys.
G'day, mate.
Mitchie.
Tommy Sheridan has just done a bit of journalism. So Pendles has got the 12 jumpers that he's going to sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pendles has just confirmed with Tommy that only one of them's for sale. 4 go to the club, 1 goes to the AFL, the rest are going to family. So only one of them will be auctioned off.
Geez, that's the journalism that everyone has been wanting all week, and it's taken Tommy to do it.
Yes.
That's Schefter.
Tommy Schefter, as he's calling
Tommy
himself.
Schefter, please,
But
Mitch.
He's more of a Rappaport man, I reckon.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it. He's not bad,
But
Ian.
this is like, it's a big story regardless. Now this jumper is arguably worth more than all 12 put together, no? One of
I
one?
agree. What do you like? What were you thinking? 50 grand if there was sort of 8 to 10 of them went off. I think we were always thinking a couple would go to family and friends, but one is a whole different case. Like, I just reckon the issue here is like, what's stopping one bloke coming and buying for $2 million?
That's what we just
just
discussed,
said
yeah. And I think that now is a real possibility because it's one of one. If
It'll
you've
never
got,
happen again.
And he gets 100% of the proceeds
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
we've got a clip anyway. We'll send it across for you because there's a little exclusive thanks to Tommy Schefter.
He might get a run on the news tonight.
Yeah.
Run it on the news. I'll send some Rixies, Mitch.
BT's already got about 8 of them, he keeps telling me. So
Yeah, none of them fit his head, though, so you can take them.
We'll let you go. We've got to keep punching, but we'll get this clip to you.
thanks, boys.
See you on 7
See you,
News
mate.
tonight. Bye.
There you go, Mitch Cleary. He's my favourite, by the
Good
way.
operator,
So the
isn't he?
fact that he didn't
Legend.
know just goes to show you. And this is what I love about this podcast that we've created. It's for the players.
And the players are happy to share with us what they wouldn't with others because we look after them.
Yeah. So the main message is
Well,
there's
tell the
one
truth.
jersey. Make sure you get all your pennies out and you just ram the price through the roof. We want $1 million plus.
Yeah, the good news is if you've got $1 million plus, you're in the market. The bad news is if you've only got pennies, you're absolutely
Yeah.
not in the market.
But also have a bit of a laugh. Just put your hand up and bid just to keep increasing the price. You know?
If you've only got pennies, you can buy those RMs with dog shit stains all over them, mate.
Fishing out of the bottom of the bin.
$1,500 a pop.
You still got an Anzac Day jumper, don't you? We'll throw that in for an extra $1.50.
Pay to get rid of it.
Oh, there you go. So that's the big story.
Well
breaking
done.
news.
Well
American
done.
races.
Official news breaking.
Champion.
That is Inglewood's What's Brewing.
Yeah, that is my greatest Inglewood What's Brewing. And speaking about what's brewing, the best brewers in town. Remember, 50% off. Use ACES at checkout, inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com. There's a few other things that are brewing. And one thing that's brewing is when I go to the gym, I do a bit of cardio, boys, and I've come up with a list of the top 3 worst cardio machines.
Oh.
And I want your feedback, starting with
Which
number
one's cardio?
when you're blowing a gasket. So number 3 is the rower. I believe that's the rower for
Beveridge.
Luke Beveridge.
the Lukey Beveridge backward row. That is number 3. Number 2 is the ski erg. That thing is
Oh, the old fucking body blow.
the ski erg is one of the worst machines. And then number 1,
Yeah.
the assault bike.
Oh.
That is the worst cardio machine. I've just noticed starting to get back in the gym, boys. I'm trying to get myself in shape. And when I sit on those machines, they take me to a dark place. And I'd love to know if you have anyone else or any other machines that would feature in the
But
top
these
3.
things,
got one.
so you're using them like a professional athlete still. If you go and just use them how, like in the
Leisurely.
state you are now, they're completely fine. You
Oh.
can sit on that assault bike for an hour and a half if you just treadling
don't-
away.
oh, yeah,
if
you
you're trying to get
listen
to
to
a certain amount of
podcasts.
calories in 30 seconds, they're cooked.
I've always used them in the same way as an athlete or
Yeah.
a spin, like a class,
I've got one.
and they blow me up. That assault bike is the worst machine in the world.
I've got one, and it's not a machine, but it's a cardio thing. And I remember when I had my broken leg,
Or tell me you were
grinder?
the
grinder.
battle
Oh,
ropes.
the ropes.
Because I'm sitting on a physio ball with my leg up in the air, and you can imagine you got no momentum
Yep.
with them, and you can't cheat on it because the rope has to spin. So you You know, on a bike, you can tick them over, put them on the low gear or whatever. With the ropes, you actually have to move them.
Seated ropes.
Seated
The
ropes
grinder
can
was
piss
one of the worst,
off.
wasn't
The
it?
grinder was right next. I thought not many
Not
people
the
would do the grinder. That's if anyone doesn't know, it's same thing.
Yeah.
Just no legs. You just got to keep spinning this thing with the water going around in
Mate,
front
I
of you.
remember in my first year, I did at least Franken was on the grinder for 10 weeks, and my linguini arms were just absolutely like sludging through mud all day. It was
Did
one
you
of the
get
worst things. No, mate. If you had a look at the photos there, like Erdy actually said, like, we don't want those linguini arms come back after pre-season, mate. Like, it doesn't help your arms.
Yeah, I remember Viv Mitchie hurt his foot and he was on that grinder every day. And I was like, oh,
I had to do, when my ankle was cooked, I had to do swimming, but with one of those floats
cool
between
Or
your
swimming
leg
float,
and then bands around it so you couldn't use your feet at all.
upper body swimming.
Oh, yeah. Kilometre at a time. Off you go, son.
One of the best ones was the Ultra G, though. Do you guys ever use that?
when you-
You were high
On
kneeing it
return.
there thinking you were going to beat Kathy Freeman in a 400 there, and you're barely
Yeah,
touching
on
the ground.
25%.
That
Although
takes the weight off
the
you.
old
everything else. That doesn't
like,
matter.
how that used to sit though, if you're on there for too long, when they lifted you up and your plums, if they weren't in the right spot,
Yeah.
absolute
That's
torture.
how I felt when I walked in here smelling the adhesive this morning. I could barely feel my feet.
What's going on with your hat?
Well, I
Is
just
he
saw it and I
allowed?
thought, I'll rock the hock to it. What happened to her? Do you guys know what happened?
You spat on that thing?
Sorry. I thought it was a horse. I'm going, what's the horse's name? And now it's fucking clicked. The hock to the hock. Oh, that one.
Oh, we got the bell. All right, that's a roundup. Seg one. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more, including the Prophet Propellers brought forward and a new segment coming later. Nobby, thank you so much, brother.
All we want is consistency, right?
Got a leg in your same-game multi that's lacking heat? This AFL season, try out PointsBet's new Pull 'em feature, which lets you remove a leg from your multi before the start of the third quarter. With PointsBet, you can keep the fire alive in your same-game multis. Just pull them and adjust your bet before the start of the third quarter. See your account for personalised match stake limit. Only on PointsBet. Yeah, that's built different. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back to the Aces AFL show. Tommy Sheridan, the number one newsbreaker in the business with the biggest story of the year thus far.
Yes.
Everybody's
yes.
been talking about Pendles, and you've given us the breakdown that he'll only be auctioning off one jumper.
One jersey.
One of
$1 million
12.
we want
And you spoke to him directly?
directly.
This will be everywhere
this is
tonight. So
exclusive,
well
mate.
done to
This
you.
is
An
fantastic.
exclusive get. We need to lift
We're
well.
here for the players. Let's remind everyone. We are here for the players.
The
I'm
players.
glad you set the record straight, to be honest, too. Like,
Well,
that's the main
Clearly,
outcome, too.
Pendles wanted it set straight.
I think so.
We're here for the players, but also the local clubs.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Prophet Propeller is our great initiative where we attempt to get a four-leg multi up and all the proceeds go to the clubs.
I must say, Daisy, I must thank Tracy and yourself because I thought you were going to be thanking me when Cadman kicks 3. Geez, didn't the Giants just turn it on for the train in the propeller?
Cadman.
Fucking hell.
1 point he got.
Oh, just the
cad
team.
man.
Yeah, but the team played so bad. I couldn't
Yeah, I know.
believe it.
Even Josh Tracy, though, 2 goals, 1 was on fire.
You're
And
on fire on WhatsApp. Daisy,
Yeah.
I was in the car, I remember it had me phone up where, the Uber Eats kind of, the Uber guys have it, I'm just in the holder. And it's just, all I saw was the messages, bang, 1, 1-1, 2-1. I'm going,
He's
it's like
flying.
10 minutes to go on the first. I said, well, it's all going to come down to me
And then
again.
at half time, you said, we'll take 2 at half time.
Yeah,
so the
because Daisy
optimism
started to
was
get a bit
there.
angry.
I know,
He's
you're
like,
getting a
"Mate,
bit
I just want
itchy.
this done.
And then you.
then he hurt his knee.
His knee.
And
Yeah, you scared me there, by the way. That's when I got out the car and I was like looking on, X Twitter. And I'm like, where's this? And it was all good.
Well, he played, but he was running
He
with the
must have
Rockies.
corked it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Even the first 2 legs that hit, like Jordan Dawson, 24 plus, got 24
On the buzzer.
on the buzzer. And then same thing with my leg,
Did
Riley
you see Sanders?
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
Did you see when he bounced it and it went over his
We
shoulder?
discussed this on
for
Monday.
the,
I was like, no, don't lose like this.
Oh, it was in acres of space.
Yeah.
But you brought, so if we didn't get a leg, we wanted more on the line for it. Obviously, big punishment if only one of us misses.
Yes.
But you brought the fact that, well, we need to reflect. So a Monday reflection pint was put forward.
discussed, yes.
Yeah, and we agreed on it.
No, we didn't agree on it because I have quote that if this is the case, I'll start picking fullbacks to kick 6 from you. So we thought we got to tinker with that so that you're not just sucking piss on a Monday. We got to still.
Well, I
Well, I went and paid me punishment anyway. And Tash, if you're watching, it was for work purposes. This is very serious.
Holding up your end of the bargain. Did you do much reflecting? Did you do some?
I did a lot of reflecting, and I still stand by that it was a good leg to have in there. 2 goals, 1 at quarter time. We had the $1.80
Against
about
Essendon.
it against Essendon.
It's a great leg.
It would have been like if you had to go on live update at quarter time, it would have been $1.04.
And I must admit, like Voss played a game too. Kicked
He
5.
averages
so-
5.5 at the G.
Really? Does he, the big man?
Yeah.
There you go.
But usually we spin this and do everything of the Prophet Propeller later, but we're doing it now.
Yeah,
we
we're
brought it
bringing
forward.
Seg two.
This is it.
reminding everyone how important this is to us.
New
And
club?
we have a new club,
The Lauderdale.
Lauderdale?
the Bombers.
Lauderdale Bombers.
Are they Tassie?
They are Tassie. I reckon they're Launceston.
Yeah, that's a great. You know what? I like the logo. I like the feel of it. So
You're an
welcome,
Essendon
boys.
supporter.
And we've got a clip.
Oh,
Here we go. Let's have a look.
G'day, fellas. Just bumped into Mitchy Wallis at a conference here in Tassie. Lauderdale Footy Club would be honoured to be on the Prophet Propeller. I don't reckon you've had many clubs that, their footy club's built in a tip. So any money would be great for us. So maybe we could use that to clean up a few of the tin cans coming through the oval. So cheers, boys.
There you
so
go.
the ground is built on an old tip. So they'd
Very fertile.
I hope those RMs with dog shit go to that tip. They might be able to just get them and
They might
sell
be
them down.
delighted with it.
Yeah.
So they go on. They no guarantees. They
No,
just
they
a
go on the
chance.
propeller with all the other clubs. But yeah, how good. Well, do we give it a spin now or we wait?
No, let's do the legs.
Let's do the
legs
legs.
and then spin now.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
I'm going Geelong 1-39 against the Swans at home. Two of the best sides in the competition. It will not be a blowout, you'd think. So I'm going to back in the Geelong Footy Club at home to get it done.
It's a great
Okay.
match, isn't it?
Right.
$2.30 as well. So it does give you a bit of juice.
So what's the short way home in that one?
What do you mean the short way?
I
Sorry.
think you should.
No, well, I just assumed that would have been, if that's the most predictable part, Geelong are favourites, 1-39.
They're only $1.70, so then the 1-39 gives you a bit more. And that's what I thought for the clubs out there. They deserve a little bit
Smart. Wallis?
I'm going line and length. Zachy Merritt against Essendon have got Richmond Friday night. So for 30 plus touches, $1.87. And he's got that 9 in a row against the Tigs. There's a medal on the line. I just think that he's going to get that and perform well in history. So
I like it. I'm in the same game, but I'm going the unders, under over, pick your own, 174.5, so under 175 points. That is $1.80. So 29 goals effectively, that is.
We need possessions.
Are these guys going to keep 29 goals between them?
We need them to go lateral all day.
all day.
I
And
just,
Zachy Merritt
I just
cheeky.
don't see it happening.
Yeah.
This game last year was one of the games later in the season between these two sides. Not the dream time at the G game was absolutely putrid. I think it was like 120 total points. So I think 174 or thereabouts is plenty. So taking the unders in that one.
So that's a Friday night game.
That's a double. So you guys are going to have 2 legs ticked by Saturday morning. We'll be waking up and then it'll be me on Saturday.
Afternoon, yep.
And then we'll see what the club has. But it would ideally it'd be a Sunday and we've got everyone watching and we're back in town, boys.
Spin,
Give it a spin. Give it a
Righto.
rip.
Here we go. Well, big spin on the propeller.
What are those shoes?
Shoes on the couch. No fucks given. You wouldn't do that at home with Steve. Righto, well, give it a spin. Round 11, the propeller is off in Seg 2 this week. We've brought it forward. And the winner on the propeller is going to be this football club.
Colbernabon,
the green and gold. The grand old green and gold. Benny?
Looking to upgrade the rooms.
There you go. How about we get the name of their club?
Colbernabon.
There we go. Colbernabon. If you're listening and you're going, what the fuck? Well, we can't.
If that sounds like you, it is true.
Let us know. That's good. Well, so speaking about green and gold, that is everything that we want. We want some cash. We want some gold. We want some money going to that club. Update their rooms. And honourable mention to Riddle next door. They were very stiff there.
Bad luck.
Very good. Well, the propeller is locked and loaded. Boys, get in contact with the Prez or the person there that's 18 plus, and we'll get to work. Get that up nice and early this week because the Friday game, we want to have that out
100%.
probably tonight if we can.
Game of the week. Where are you looking well?
I'm going Hawthorn Adelaide. So that's tonight. That's Thursday night's game down in Lonnie, actually. And just an interesting game. Hawthorn aren't in particularly good form. Adelaide have found some form. They've got their skipper back. It was best on ground. The thrill seeker's back, which is huge for them, for their goal-kicking power. But Hawthorn's still without Gunston. But if you look at their success rate in Launceston, it's been quite good and quite strong for the
This
last
was a
4 or 5
Friday night
years.
game last year.
Yeah, this brings back some memories.
Yeah, I was doing it. So this was pretty much the AFL saying, all right, if you don't want to have a
40v40, wasn't it?
47 to
Yeah.
44.
Actual puge.
And I think, again, if it wasn't, if it was allowed for a Thursday night game, the unders as well, because both sides obviously score a lot. I think it's 160 odd is the under over. The fog is predicted for tomorrow morning. So it's going to be by 10 o'clock, it's going to be wet weather footy again. Huge.
It is pure.
Huge.
Honestly, do you know how disgusted I was when I looked at the calendar and I went Thursday night, who we got? And I'm like, oh, that's a great game. And then it's down in Launceston.
Oh, so they've lost it though. They've lost the relationship with Launceston.
Cost them $5 million.
$5 million on the bottom line every year, and because, like I said, they've had so much success down there. You probably pencil in at least 3 or 4 wins for their season and their finals tilt hopes. So big one for them. Obviously,
big
the
one
Tassie,
for the Crows. They need to get a decent scalp.
This is the bully game. You know how early in the year we've spoken a lot about Adelaide bullying sides that are below. The way they played last week, the way Isaac Rankin's going in the midfield, our man Jordan Dawson, putting them on his shoulders. That's my point. They haven't beaten anyone in that top 5, top 6, whatever you want to call it. So this is the game that you probably mentioned 4 weeks ago that they've been, bullying a lot of sides. I think Brisbane was a side, but there's a lot going on. I feel like this is the game that you can judge them. On Monday, you can start giving out your ratings on this side. Yep. And I tend to back in Adelaide. I think they're flying. I think the way they play and Gunston out, Gunston's pivotal. He just plays. They play a different way when he's there. They're like when he's not there, they struggle for answers a little bit. So I'm going to lean. I'm going to lean Adelaide.
We're going to get a repeat of last year. I hope it's actually good condition so we can see the best of them, because if it is 44-47, we're going to get no insight into who's the winner as to why, and it's going to be spoken about. I'm going match of the round, obviously the Pendles clash.
Yep.
Fascinated to see what West Coast do. Are they bold enough to make Pendles the target player and just to go and bash him from the outset?
I don't think it would bother him. He's so smart and
I know,
smooth.
but
like who would go to him? Dersma?
No, just any of them. The old, anytime he runs past you.
But he's too smart.
So head-to-head, West Coast are $7.50 on points, but they're wild outsiders, but they actually played some okay footy against Jeddah.
Our friends at StatMate have told me that Pendles loves West Coast. Like his last 2
Do they tag him then if they're not going to bash him all day?
I think you got to go to like a DeGoey in that before. Like there's other players
that was a top 20 rated player in the comp.
Yeah, but how's Mini going if you're tagging the great man? Like it's not you can't play finals.
Also, if you lose by 2 goals and Pendles has had 45 and kicked 2 like on Anzac Day,
I reckon I saw a clip of Yowie reacting to the Corn saying that what they've done to West Coast is very insulting. Putting them on that game, and he just laughed it off. The test of the emergency
I thought this was going to be an alarm about the fumes.
We'll just wait. Not sure if you can hear that in here, Anna, but that's an alarm.
Yeah, mate. It goes through the whole building.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe keep that in.
Yes.
People will enjoy that.
That can stay. So it wasn't the bell, but it was an alarm.
We're all safe here, though, guys, if you're wondering.
The quote was, "The disrespect to the Eagles," from Sweet Corn, and Yo reacted to it on radio and he just giggled and laughed. I just cannot see them going to Pendles and playing like a tagging game plan. It would be just all out attack and pressure as a side, and they'll do what they did against the Giants. And if you think they're going to be easy to beat, I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think. I reckon this will be closer than everyone thinks if they can rock up like they did last week. You know footy better than anyone, Daisy. The amount of pressure West Coast put on the Giants was right up there.
Starting point.
If you
don't bring pressure, your game plan is nothing. You know, the greatest game plan in the world, but if you've got no pressure on the back of it, it is null and void. But this will be a spectacle like we've never seen. 90,000 Collingwood fans at the MCG. It is going to be, this will be spoken about not only for the record, but the celebration, the noise. It'll be like an EPL game. Yeah. If there isn't complete chance and carry on, like it'll be an MCG full of a cheer squad.
I went to Kobe's tour, and Kobe was on tour, and I was in Brooklyn, and it's meant to be, all Brooklyn fans, and it was one of the greatest experiences. Yeah. As soon as he got the ball, the whole crowd went up. All they wanted was ISO. I think he scored about 18 or 19 points. And every time he scored, everyone was going crazy, chanting his name. And I was just thinking, like, Pendles, every touch, just cheers. I don't know what the crowd can chant, but it's going to be so good.
Even the build-up, because, we talk about the build-up in Anzac and the shivers and the hairs pricking up on your arms and things. There has to be a memoir or a video or a song that just gets everyone up. Imagine being part of that, because you talk about a piece of history. Like, that'll be
Seven did an amazing tribute during the week. It was like a 3-minute tribute on his whole career. And it was It reminded me, I didn't know he broke his leg. I completely forgot in his second
Wasn't
year.
a bad break, if we're being serious.
Wasn't a Mitchie Wallis.
Two hairline fractures.
But still, he come back and dominate.
If he plays 7 more games this year, 6 after this one, he'll have averaged 22 games a year for 20 seasons.
Yeah.
Which is just
They
phenomenal.
give us a spell about your injury.
Yeah, broken.
That's the ultimate.
The only thing is, if we
Daisy's just a bit dirty. He's in the media for 8 years. Pendles is still rolling out, kicking snags, taking young blokes to the square.
22 games a year. I got a fucking ankle that's held together by fishing line.
Where are you going to be? And where are all your teammates going to be?
President's function, elbow bends all day.
Oh, so you're going to be on the piss.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And how many past players we thinking?
Unsure.
There's 100 or so, wouldn't there?
Hopefully.
How many players would have Pendles played with?
There was a stat that got released.
Like, 300, 400?
I don't have to. The stat that he's played with against father and sons, I reckon that's a pretty cool stat.
Yeah, that's LeBron.
And will it ever get broken again? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Not in our lifetime.
Oh, maybe, because the season at the minute could end up being 420 games long.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we've got a new edition. My game of the round is Geelong, Sydney.
Did I not ask you?
No, it doesn't matter. I think everyone knows that. I'm really looking forward to that one. I can't wait. And also, I have my eye on the Giants. They're playing the Lions. Both teams aren't going well.
Have these chemicals gone to your head? Because you sound like you've had 3
Yeah.
Hong Kongs.
All right. We'll bring in Morgs then. I want to talk. Come on, Morgs. Here we go. He's going to join us, boys. He's going to change up.
Everyone knows my favourite.
He's changing up a segment here instead of us bringing it up. What do you got for us?
I got David King style. I got the HP, but we had a bit of feedback, us producers, last week that Billy's jockstrap, and it's something that's important to me. It's a segment I love.
Yeah.
There's nothing too much in this world that'd be under more duress than a jockstrap wrapped around the waist of Billy Brownness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I asked you guys
a lot of pressure
for some jockstraps last week, and it wasn't a great segment. It's fair to be
Good
said.
feedback.
So I'm bringing the jockstrap to you, and I want your thoughts on it.
Right.
And it's Brad Scott. Oof. So Vossi's gone, right? He was the hunted for 6 weeks. Now he's gone. Now they're chasing after Brad Scott. The Bombers stink. They have stunk. They stink now, and they will stink. All of a sudden, they got to win the next 3 games to him to keep his job. Is the job bigger than that, than these next 3 weeks? And we just calling for a head because that's what we do? Daisy, you go.
I think we call for a head because that's just what we do. If they haven't made their decision now, I don't think they've, whatever the decision is at the minute, shouldn't change after the next 3 weeks. 3 wins shouldn't change anything. 3 losses probably shouldn't change anything unless, that'll include a loss to the Tigs because it's West Coast, Carlton and
West Coast, Richmond, West Coast, Carlton, Melbourne.
So does it change anything? I don't know. If they are going to stay true to their word, which they have, it's a long-term plan. Brad Scott's their man. He came out and said, if I'm coaching for my own future, the side would look completely different. We're meant to all be on the same page. Here we go, onwards and upwards. Whether or not that's just geniusly tactical by putting in the president and also the CEO and anyone else who's come along for the ride and backed you in, we wait and see. But I don't think it changes anything. But I still don't believe them at their word that he's going to be their next coach when they're going to be premiership side.
I have to echo those sentiments, and the fact that he said those words that he's not coaching for his own future because he'd make, you could take him at his word. But I'm with you. Obviously, Vossi gone now. The attention just has to shift somewhere else, and we're all about pulling people down and putting the torch and the blowtorch under someone, and it's his turn. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll change. They've got a future and a path, and if you deviate off that path too often, well, then the foundation of success is so crumpled. So if they've got a path and they see him as a future, they won't change for the rest of the year. If they do, it'll happen later on in the year, I reckon.
And I said I don't believe them. It's not that I'm calling them flat out liars. I just think that whatever they've come out and said at certain points in time may be shifting. It might not be that they're going 100% back on their word, that it's just going to shift because next premiership coach, like that, how long, Tommy, you're the Bombers supporter. When are the Bombers playing in a flag again? No, like seriously.
Honestly, man, when you used to talk, I was in a rebuild at Freo after we were minor premiers. Minor premiers, then we lost 10 in a row. And then they called for a rebuild. It's the worst word in football. As soon as you say rebuild in a football club, they cut old players just because of age profile. They don't even go off performance. They then start giving all these young guys a game. Half of them don't deserve it. And then you have all these guys in the middle that deserve a game, right? And then the standards on the field slip. The coaching becomes more educational and that's okay. And it just stinks. And it's getting to that point now. So regardless of who coaches, I don't like seeing coaches get the arse during the year, make a decision at the end of the year. But at some point, when I see Sardis not getting a go and he's your first round pick, I see these moves that you're making, like Mackay gets dropped, but let's be honest, should have been dropped at the start of the year. Then he would have responded in time. There's players that I just feel, you're just not. It's when you rebuild so hard and then you watch a team like Melbourne bounce with talent. That's coaching. That's game plan. I don't see that at Essendon. So,
how many players at Essendon though? Because I put it to you that the list that they have would not be in the same ballpark as Melbourne's. How many of Essendon's players right now are walk-up start in a Melbourne side?
You got me underprepared here.
Zach Merritt, spitball. I'll come with you.
I think there's at least 10.
Zach Merritt,
I think there's 10.
Archie Roberts.
Yeah.
Yes. Dry Caldwell.
Walk-up start.
Walk-up start, Dry Caldwell.
Yeah.
He's knocking out a Jack Steele out of that midfield.
I back him in. I don't think that, at Melbourne's a different side, but I'm talking in an AFL side when you start doing all that.
But that's why
they're just well coached though, man. They're well coached. Like, what is the game plan of Essendon? Like, I'm going dream time. I couldn't tell you what they're doing. I couldn't tell you. I know they've had a few injuries, but you got 2 metre Peter. Is he a ruck or forward? He's actually playing okay, but then you don't know where he's playing. Langford, he's a hybrid. He plays on the wing. I'd run him to death on the wing, but he would murder me in a contest one-on-one. He's not a winger. Play him forward or back. But I just watch this stuff. You're moving players. Nick Cox, he's meant to be this gun runner. You're playing him on the wing, then he's playing forward. Where is he? What's his position? I just see it and I go, you're playing blokes, you're trying all this stuff. Supporters have had enough. But for me, when I watch, I've been in a rebuild, so I can talk to it. And I was there when the coach dropped me for a player I won't name who sucked. And I said to him, I'm better than him, aren't I? And he literally couldn't look me in the eyes. And I had to walk out because I knew they were rebuilding. And when you start doing that, it pisses blokes off and it fractures the group. And then you lose the group. Players start going, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. So the point is, you need to get a coach that brings a group together. Like a Stephen King is the best example. I watched the blokes go and help Cully move all his furniture. It's the best thing ever. You go, he's got an ACL, and they go, you know what? We won't worry about what the strength and conditioning coach says. We'll just go all the boys will go over there and we'll move all your furniture as a group, as a team, because we are one. They're not doing that at Essendon, and that comes down to coaching and I believe, culture. And when you're just doing the rebuild message and you're not getting any better and you see these teams bounce quicker, that really annoys me. I understand they've got 38 new players in and all that, but there's no game plan that I watch and go, that's exciting. And the reality is you can keep playing the rebuild game plan, but they'll get someone else in the door.
But if they do bring someone else in the door, what changes?
The whole thing. You start playing your best players. They'll have the talent that's already there.
So you're saying the only way you don't want coaches sacked, but the only way you'll see.
I don't want coaches sacked mid-season.
But so you're going to
at the end of the year weigh it all up. But if that rebuild,
but you're going to cop a year of this.
If they lose the next 3 or 4, what's the point of keeping him? You're playing teams that are right down the bottom. Melbourne, they'll lose. Hopefully they win, but they've got teams that are up.
You get a caretaker coach for a year. This is the whole thing.
But I bet you there's a bloke like Dean, so Solomon is. The boys loved him at Suns.
Yeah,
he's right there. He could easily take over tomorrow, but he's already in the door. So if I was Essendon, I'd be going, well, Solly could do the job. I reckon the boys will respond when he goes hard. So he's already in the door. So let's just say he was the interim back end or next year or whatever. They've already got probably coaches on the outskirts. But whatever they're doing at the moment, from the outside, I've got no idea because I'm not on the inside. I couldn't tell you what their game plan is.
I've got a question for you here then. So list manager, is he going and focusing 80% of his time on the draft knowing that you're probably not going to be climbing up the ladder, or with the war chest that you may have, going out and getting
Butters,
free agents?
You must get Butters.
If you miss Butters though, because I think if you go and spend another 1.4 on a player that's not Butters, that's probably overvaluing.
Yeah.
So is your directive with your team right now, play to win, so play the best team, but focus on getting youth in, or supplementing it with mid-season or not mid-season?
You should always be playing to win. That's the thing that kills you with the rebuild. You play this thing, we're learning. No, you're always playing to win, but you know you're going to miss. I saw a video of Johnny Wilkinson, the greatest kicker of all time in rugby union. And he goes, if I'm going to miss, it's going to be the most beautiful miss of all time. It's what he tells himself when he has a kick. So when they go out there and play footy, have the most beautiful loss of all time. Go down having a swing with these young talent. At least when you go to footy, you go, they have a crack, they sprint, they put pressure on, they're just a bit young. They just need a little bit more. Yep. And then you can get that. But you don't see that. Yep. Like Caddy's one player, I go, he is a superstar. Get him more opportunities. So, I could go on all day, But when a rebuild happens and you say rebuild, it ruins clubs. And you need to start playing to win.
Mid-season draft, Essendon currently have no list spot.
Bizarre.
So they can't go for anyone.
That is just
unless
bizarre.
they put someone on a long-term injury list.
They must. And by the way, their recruiting the last few years has been really good. Like this Roby, he is a stud. They've got Kako, Caddy. They're recruiting really well the last couple of years.
Yep.
They just need to continue.
That's my
yeah,
question.
you have to. You have to. But then they've got to get a big fish in, maybe two or
Sort
three.
it out though, because like Carlton with the dilemma, as soon as Tassie come in, the drafts are compromised, and if you're a side down the bottom, you're absolutely cooked.
You've got to get some. Yeah, you got to get some blokes in, and you need that guy. When whoever you get in and pay, they must be worth it. Because sometimes you can get blokes in that are like, we'll pay them $1 million, they'll fill a hole. You can't do that. You got to get a bloke that's a superstar. You know. Like if I think of a fullback, Sam Taylor, he's not out of contract, but you know he's going to come in and he'll be there for the next 10, 12 years and he'll be all-Australian. They need 2 All-Australians to come in next year.
You know what? I love your passion.
Yeah, good chat.
Mate, this is great. I was enthralled by you.
On the hotline, we do tomorrow's headlines today. In the paper, it says Billy's jockstrap's back.
Yes.
There you go.
Bloody oath. Well
and
done,
we'll be
Morgie.
back after the break for Seg 3. Don't go anywhere.
All we want is consistency, right?
Got a leg in your same-game multi that's lacking heat? This AFL season, try out PointsBet's new Pull 'em feature, which lets you remove a leg from your multi before the start of the third quarter. With PointsBet, you can keep the fire alive in your same-game multis. Just pull them and adjust your bet before the start of the third quarter. See your account for personalised max stake limit. Only on PointsBet. Yeah, that's built different. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back, everybody. Geez, we get right into that, didn't we? We you know what? We shouldn't skip over it because we use all in rebuilds.
I was obviously at Carlton for numerous coaches and rebuilds, and you're right. As soon as you start, the value of an AFL game should be the ultimate. So every player is working their ass off to get one and then working their backside off to keep that spot so they continue to get them. As soon as you start compromising what that value is, i.e., like you said, playing younger players ahead of senior players purely because you want to get them to 30, 40 games for no other reason than that, that's when it starts to fracture. But the other side of the coin is, you look at a Josh Fraser coming in, there would have been players who were on the outer with a Michael Voss who all of a sudden they're reinvigorated. I'm a chance here. It doesn't matter what's come before, what I've done before. I'm a chance.
Have you had any experience with it, being on either side of the ball? Because I have in my first year.
On which side?
Yeah, so I was on the other side. So
you're on the outer?
Yeah, I was on the outer because in my first year, and I think I ended up playing 8 or 9 games in my first year, but when Rocket got sacked, it was 3 games to go, and then I got brought back in. Now, whether I deserved, I can't think of whether I deserved it or not, but I don't think it was really on my sights that I was going to play, and then all of a sudden got a game and played. And from an 18-year-old, that was fantastic because I got exposure, finished the year on a high, and it sort of leapt into my next year with a bit of confidence.
Did you play well enough in those 3 games to keep your spot?
I did, though, and that's the thing. But I didn't get. Whether I deserved it or not, you could probably go and read the stats. But I didn't. It wasn't in my sights.
Yeah.
But so I was on the other side of it.
But you perform, right? So that means that you've got some sort of integrity about keeping your spot. And what Daisy's saying is, we've all been there. There's blokes that have come into AFL sides that have no pressure for spot due to just playing the youth, and they roll around and they don't touch it.
Yeah.
They're not, I guess, as upset as you would be or other players would be with their performance. And then as a bloke that's busting their ass on the outside, that's not in that right age profile.
Yeah.
And
then your mates start to whisper.
Yeah, well, you're in a locker room.
So
You're like, this guy seriously
the phrase is selection integrity, isn't it?
But it just causes a bit of fraction in a locker room.
100%.
Especially when you've got young guys that have just piss farting around, which we all would have done, but not for selection.
Won't be the last time we talk about it, but we do need to move on. The PointsBet post. Now,
it's finally here.
This is exciting. So for anybody who doesn't know about the PointsBet post, or you've somehow been sleeping under a rock and you're not across it, this is the opportunity where you come to us or the PointsBet traders. Now, this must be an original custom PointsBet exclusive bet, point 1. It has to be a minimum of $5 or greater, point 2, and it has to be a multi with 2 legs as a minimum and a maximum of 4 legs. What happens? You send in your unique bet. We then read them out. We've got these paddles here. It has to be unanimous across the board, and it will go up on the PointsBet app. So you send them in, and that is that.
And just on that, so the way to fill it out, go to Instagram. In the link tree, there's a form. You'll fill it out. Obviously, you need to be 18 plus, so it's quite easy. But just think to yourself, when you're at the pub and you go, geez, I'd love to create my own bet. Yep. Well, the only place you can do that is on the Ausmerican Aces Hub via PointsBet. So it's pretty cool. You get your head around it, and especially when you got crazy ones that you're going to read out, Daisy.
So 4 to get through, as you say. So this is from Mitchell Folds. The name of his bet is Neil Squared. So the bet, Lockie Neal and Shannon Neal to combine for 50 and 3. Lockie Neal, possessions. Shannon Neal, goals, 50 disposals and 3 goals. Because, and the message to the boys, because this is elite and Daisy would barely be able to pick a booger, let alone a winner at the moment.
Just because of that comment.
Yeah,
pretty good guess.
That goes in. That's not lucky to have 35.
That's pretty good.
Oh, no.
All
we
right.
want unanimous.
Oh, well, bad luck. No, bet number 2, Ross Lyons burner account. Here's Rossi. Bet tough as nails. Paddy Cripps, Josh Dunkley and Harry Sharp to combine for 65 plus disposals and 3 or more goals.
Read the names out again.
Cripps, Dunkley, Sharp. Sharp's been good for a goal a game.
No, that won't work. 3
Sorry.
goals is a stretch.
Cripps kicked 2 last week.
No, I just think that the disposals is I like the first one better.
65.
Daisy,
disposals.
don't get personal with this just because
I'm
you
not.
said you can't
No,
pick
no.
your boogers.
I'm not getting personal.
Last 2.
This is Sam Harden, Barry's Bonanza. Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Bailey Smith, and Charlie Curnow all got Barry's. Is there?
I
I think.
like this.
Combined for 100 plus disposals and 7 or more goals.
Ooh. I don't mind it.
Days kicked 3.
Yeah, Baz needs to kick 1. If they all kick 1 and Charlie kicks 4, they easily get 100.
And the message for this one, and I should read this first. Daisy, great to see you finally taking some accountability with your Prophet Propeller bets. I love you. You're the GOAT.
There you go.
Last
The
bit
Barry's
wasn't
boys are on. That's a good one.
There we go. And the last one is Paul Hockey. This rash is giving me an itch. Josh Rochelle, Sean Manor, and Jamie Elliott to combine for 14 plus goals. This bet will provide more than Tommy's AFL debut, and you'll be in the game longer as well. Love the show.
Oh, we'll give him the chance.
Bang!
You know what? I want to go back to the first one. Can we please get that up? Can you just change it to tip? Because it was a good one.
It was a good one, but unfortunately, it has to be unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm a good sport.
There you go.
There
Go
you
to the
go.
Aces Hub. We'll have the PointsBet Propeller there as well as all these customs via the PointsBet post. And get involved by just hitting the link tree there on Ausmerican Instagram and just fill the link out of the form out. It takes 2 seconds and submit your best.
Speaking of Instagram, Tommy,
here we go.
With great trepidation, I bring this. You ever have some weird stuff pop up in your algorithm?
Often.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Often.
well,
Mine's getting
before
weirder as
you
well.
incriminate yourself,
I'm not.
too much,
Okay, no, never.
I've had in mind of late conspiracy theories about panda bears and how they aren't actually like, you know, how just like they're native to China and everything.
Yeah.
How they actually have just been lab made.
Oh boy.
Is it
artificial?
If you go back through all the paintings of, you know, what the great Chinese people have done in the past and the Chinese New Year and their calendar that's got rats and oxes and apparently no pandas until like 1870 or something.
What do you think?
It's hard to argue.
Are you going down rabbit holes on pandas?
Well, I clearly have because it's all over my algorithm. But now I'm starting. So apparently they brought them in because they eat the bamboo and they had a bamboo problem with how it screws your everything with the roots underneath. But they didn't realise how dumb, if you will, pandas are. So they ovulate 3 days a year, so it's hard to reproduce. That's why their numbers are dwindling. They fall over and crash and shit. They're hilarious. Make sure you have and they sleep all day.
Look at the panda.
That's
outstanding. On our thumbnail, can we make Daisy a panda, please? Panda King.
Okay.
What do you
go
got?
then? What's in your algorithm?
I can tell you what's on mine. I've had
Go, you go.
You know the big tuners? I've been watching blokes just gash them and cut them up like sashimi, and I've just been flooded with big tuners.
That's what I got.
There you go. Yeah, we've got that too. And the other one is a couple of milkers. There's a lot of milk on my feed. Full cream, mind you.
Yeah, well, I've got some kids. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn how to help.
Yeah,
you know?
tuna. Oh, I got the bell. I got the bell. It's time for Aces in the Wild to round out. Geez, they've been real wild lately, haven't they? Who's starting with
I've
these,
got us
Daisy?
off. This is the comment from the Aces Review Show. This is from Reddit's _awakened on YouTube. No horse teeth yelling, peaceful chat with minimal banter. My ears are healing.
That's a whack, isn't it?
My ears are healing.
Right? That's some good feedback.
It's just between the eyes.
I'm not yelling that hard into the mic. Maybe I am. I'm quite good.
Talk about,
the
just to
chompers
really
clean.
pull us back down a little bit to earth. Saints underestimating their talent post. This is from Austin Markovic. 64 likes, so a fair few people
Mhm.
liked it. I honestly wonder how some bloke get gigs in the media.
Oh, can you say that in English, please?
go-
I
I honestly wonder how some blokes get gigs in the media.
Oh, is that directed at you?
Was that when I was talking about don't blow all your cash on your big recruits?
Yes.
Because you're going to have to pay like a Garcia and that at some
And
stage.
64
Sounds
people
like a
agree
St
with
Kilda
him that
fan.
how we're getting gigs in the
I
media.
got one here from Turak Cowboy 3142. That's an interesting take. Colt Bolstrop. Yeah, there you go, boys. That's in regards to the Saints underestimating their talent post. Ah. Yeah, well, maybe put that on the run sheet, boys, so I can fucking read it. I look like the idiot.
Good input.
Hey, we're having a couple of
Yeah.
feedback. It goes both ways.
This is from Bernie's Fixes at Carlton post, n.l.s.j. That seems like an account that'd be following 100 with no post itself. Pointless post. Thank you, n.l.s.j.
And this is a comment back to the whiteboard for the Brisbane Post.
Mhm.
This is Cheza Cocking, 15.
Oh, love that.
Here's my dog lips. Horse teeth overreacted in round 10 and Lions went a fourth gear when it mattered and three-peated. Put up a pin in it.
There you go.
Put up a pin in it.
Put a pin. Yeah, I'm not. You need to let
Put
out
up-
You boys
read.
might need to go back to school, yeah. Yeah, there's a few dramas here with reading out the comments.
And
It's,
well, hey, I've been spot on. They don't
Yeah,
lump
no,
me in with old
also-
Colt Tholstrup over there.
more so the old
what about
Gucci hat.
what about the Camry breaking down when on a date? This is
Farnsey.
for you from
Greg.
Farnsey.
Yeah, we spoke about I used to have a 1989 Camry.
Yeah.
And I had a hot date when I was 19. And so Farnsey works at the Old Swan Brewery, greatest steakhouse in Perth at the time.
Right.
And I used to always borrow Lee Spur's car, but Spurry was out. So I've had to roll out the Camry to pick her up. And I told her it was a renter bomb. And I said, I'm so sorry about my car. I've swapped in my nice one and I'm still waiting for it and they've given me this shit box. And she's like, oh, don't worry. She goes, yeah, it is pretty average. It's one of those ones you have to wheel the windows up. You have to tune the radio when you put the key in, all that kind of drama. Anyway, I go to the steakhouse. Everything's going really well. I'm driving home. And as I'm driving home, I'm on the freeway. And the thing goes and just conks out and starts smoking, and flames come out the front of the bonnet. Then the flames died, and I was like, "Geez, what do I do here?" And she's like, "Is everything all right?" I go, "Yeah. It's just the renter bomb." And then like the smoke come out, and then I have to stop traffic. Got to get out there and wait for it to cool down. Started it up, got it home, and then it was done.
Talk about date number 2.
Never saw her again.
All the car. Beautiful way
So
to
there you
finish.
go, Farnsey.
Beautiful way to finish.
That's what happened to the Camry when it broke down. But I tell you what, it was a mean steak at the brewery. That's all we got. We hope you love the show. Plenty to talk about. We're loving your comments. Keep feeding them in YouTube, Spotify. Share the pod. And make sure you get around the breaking news from Tommy Schefter. That'll be all over social media. How many views on that one, boys? Because last week's one went shit out.
What was the punishment for last
you won.
week?
It was under 20
pint, was it?
It was under 20,000. But we'll go again this week. So thank you and see you same time next week.